Blondes on the road joke, blonde jokes. A blonde pushes her BMW into a gas station. She tells the mechanic it died. After he works on it for a few minutes, it is idling smoothly. She says, "What's the story?" He replies, "Just crap in the carburetor." She asks, "How often do I have to do that?" Two blondes were in a parking lot trying to unlock the door of their Mercedes with a coat hanger. They tried and tried to get the door open, but they just couldn't. The blonde with the coat hanger stopped for a moment to catch her breath. The other blonde said anxiously, "Hurry up. It's starting to rain and the top is down." A police car pulled alongside a speeding car on the motorway. Glancing at the car, he was astonished to see that the blonde behind the wheel was knitting. Realizing that she was oblivious to his flashing lights and siren, the cop rolled down his window and shouted, "Pull over." The blonde rolled down her window and yelled back, "No, it's a scarf." A car is driving down the street when all of a sudden it starts violently swerving across the road. The car keeps going back and forth, delaying traffic for miles until someone finally phones the police. A police officer pulls the car over and approaches the window. A blonde rolls down the window. "Excuse me, ma'am, but is there any explanation for your reckless driving?" he says. The blonde says, "Officer, I'm so glad you are here. There was a tree in the road, and I swerved. Then I saw another tree, and another, right in the middle of the road. So I had to swerve to keep from hitting them." The officer looks at her, then says, "Ma'am, that's your air freshener." A policeman pulled a blonde over after he slashed she'd been driving the wrong way on a one-way street. Cop, "Do you know where you were going?" Blonde, "No, but wherever it is, it must be bad because all the cars were leaving." One-liners. Q. What does a blonde say when you ask her if her blinker is working? A. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Q. What goes vroom, screech, vroom, screech, vroom, screech? A. A blonde going through a flashing red light. Q. What do you call an unmarried blonde in a BMW? A. Divorcee. Q. Why can't a blonde get a driver's license? A. Because every time the instructor says let's park she jumps in the back seat. Q. What do you call a blonde in a Volkswagen? A. Far from thinking. Q. Why is it good to have a blonde passenger? A. You can park in the handicap zone. Q. Why was the blonde upset when she got her driver's license? A. Because she got an F in sex.